So, welcome to today's podcast. What's up, everybody? Good morning. It's your boy T4. That's right. So welcome to today's podcast. My name is Tyrion25. That's me, guys. That's me. I'm Tyrion25, and welcome to another Friday podcast on a Monday morning. Welcome. That's right. So, if you guys have just joined us for the first time, please be sure to slap a like on the video and don't forget to subscribe. Just in case you forget, I'm just here as a daily reminder that we need the likes and the comments. So, thank you very much for those of you who have joined us. We're going to be rolling some interesting topics for you this morning. If you guys haven't judged by the thumbnail, it's very, very interesting stuff. Before we start off, obviously, big shout out to the guys for joining us over at youtube.com. Big shout out to Denny Jacizi for grabbing his crown back. Denny Jacizi takes back the crown. And over at twitch.tv, we've got the infamous electric skateboard. Once again, the bot is working overtime. So, yeah, that's the two people over there. We've got Rocket Raccoon in second place. Welcome back, Rocket. Right, so either way, we've got a couple of guests on today's show. We've got Crazy Holes, who I think is going to be doing the remaining of the podcast in the comments itself on YouTube. And we've got the infamous Backpod with us in the podcast today. So welcome, Mr. Backpod.
Thanks. I'm happy to be here.
So Backpod's going to be cruising this podcast with me all the way from beginning to end. And at the end, we're going to be doing an interesting little history topic. Talking about some history, and we started talking yesterday on the live stream. Backpart was telling us a little bit of history of Slovenia, which I thought was quite interesting. I thought, hey, you know what? It might be worth sharing this with some of you guys. So I've decided to invite him onto the show, and he agreed that, yeah, he wouldn't mind actually giving you guys some history on the status of Slovenia, how it came to be, about, and whatever. So we're going to give him about half an hour at the end of the show to talk about Slovenia, and I think it'd be quite interesting. If you guys don't know much about the country, I think it'd be worth hanging around just to listen to that from beginning to end. But on today's show, we've got some interesting topics. We've got NASA's Twitch fail. If you guys didn't hear about this news, it was absolutely hilarious. The astronauts forgot to put the SD card basically inside of a GoPro. And Houston, we got real problems. Also, we've got Kim Kardashian's appetite suppressing lollipop controversy. Lil Tay is super fake. The little kid has been found out to be super duper fake. And Faze Tfue, is he racist or is he not racist? That is the fundamental question. And then we'll finish the show off with the topic from Backpod about the history of Slovenia. For those of you who are a bit unfamiliar with the podcast, obviously we do this every single Friday normally. I know today is Monday morning, but I've missed 3 podcasts in 3 weeks, and I am off today, and I just thought to myself, you know what, let's just get on the podcast, get this done, so that at least we've got one in the bank, and those of you who watch the podcast on a regular basis can have something to watch, can listen to while you're maybe washing the car, doing your homework, or, I don't know, banging your wife. I don't know. For whenever you decide to watch the podcast. So, yeah, without further ado, we'll get started. Big shout out to the sponsors. As always, big shout out to Cinch Gaming, City Keys, and Bracer.com. And not forgetting the T4 Army merch, and also G2A.com over at Twitch.tv. And G4G and Streamlabs for all of you who like to donate to the channel. Those are the services worth using. G4G and Streamlabs. They're in the comments. I mean, they're in the description down below. Right. So, first topic of the day, hopefully you guys can see this clearly, is from the Mail Online. And this is about NASA. And basically, Houston, we have a very basic problem. Incredible moment as NASA astronauts realize he's left his camera memory card on Earth during spacewalk live stream. Veteran astronaut revealed he forgot SD card during a spacewalk on Wednesday. He was seen on the live stream asking if he could use his GoPro without it. The unidentified astronaut was either Drew Fustel or Ricky Arnold. Wednesday's spacewalk, NASA's 5th of the year, took 6 hours and 31 minutes. This was reported by Hannah Moore, for the Daily Mail. There's a video to go with this, so don't panic. I have got a video for you guys to watch. I'm just gonna pause this because it's gonna pause. It's gonna spoil it otherwise. All right, okay. Um, I have got the video on another tab, so I'll probably play it from the YouTube tab rather than from this because it'll probably because there's something wrong with the audio on the videos. I don't know why, so I'll probably play it from the video itself. But hilarious footage taken from a NASA spacewalk shows even our most qualified astronauts are not immune to human mistakes. That alone, I think, is bullshit. I don't think they're that heavily trained. A lot of them sound like hillbillies from like the deepest, darkest places of America. Okay, they look like they've been inbred by other astronauts. I don't know, but that's my personal takeaway from it. They don't seem that interesting, to be honest. They seem to be quite reluctant to talk about any missions they ever go on. Just watch the Apollo mission statement, and you'll see what I'm talking about. A spaceman revealed he had forgotten a pack of crucial piece of technology as he set out on his live stream spacewalk on Wednesday. Hey Houston, I gotta ask you a question. Already you know by the tone of that speech that he's from Texas. About the GoPro, real quick, he said. I'm pushing the button and getting a no SD card. That means, and he doesn't know, do I need that to record? And if it's recording, is there supposed to be a red light on? Without an SD card, the astronaut would be unable to record anything, rendering it useless. I mean, Jesus Christ, these guys go through like 10, 20 G's of fucking pressurized training, and the retards can't do it. So it's either one of these two culprits. Drew Frostel, who's on the left, it's kind of hard to see his face, and then Ricky Arnold, who's on the right. Personally, I don't think it's Ricky because his face is too easily seen. I think it might be the guy on the left because his face can hardly be seen. What's up, everybody? Big shout out to Backpart. Big shout out to Holly, Brian, and Epic Gaming. He's up early, everybody. He's up early. The astronauts who eat. I'm told that if it has the card in it, it should have a red light if it's recording. A person is a person in the command center back on Earth said, with the ramification of his mistake still not sinking in, the astronaut asked about his missing SD card again. And if it says no SD, what does that mean? He asked. I think that means no card. The control center responds. Frustrated, he tried to move on from his embarrassing blunder. Well, let's just forget it now. I'll get it later. What on earth? You fucking. This is what I'm talking about. When they use words like most trained, heavily trained, lots of brain power, I don't think so, okay? I mean, a dog would remember the SD card, okay? These fucking people don't remember anything. Anyway, the question I want to pass off to you before I play the video, so you guys have a chance to think about it, is are astronauts really that smart? And two, do you think the SD card thing was just was it a booth, or was it done on purpose? Maybe they didn't want him to be able to record what was actually in front of him because you might end up seeing the green screen for all those conspiracy theories out there about space and spacewalk. Or maybe just maybe the camera wasn't even real in the first place. I don't know. Let me know in those comments down below what you guys think about this little controversy with NASA. NASA has got so much controversy walking behind it. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. I'd love to read them while we're live on the topic. While you guys are thinking about your answers, I'll play this quick little video, which has no audio, by the way, guys. Even though it clearly shows it has got audio, but the audio is not going to play through, I don't think. I'm going to try it and see what happens, but I don't think it will play through. Have a little listen. I put the captions on so you can read off the screen. So that's as good as it's gonna get. Looks like. I'm just gonna maximize this. Fucking retard. Fucking idiot. the pause, the pause in between is too funny. The pause in between is the bit that makes me laugh the most. The fact that they paused, that's the bit that just got me. When they paused, there was no like the guys at the center are just thinking, "What? You don't have an SD card? Are you dumb? And you're asking questions? You stupid idiot!" Anyway, backpod. What do you think about this stupid blunder by NASA?
Well, I think, like you said, I think this was like a play. Like I think this wasn't done on purpose.
Really?
Yeah.
So you think this guy is a proper retard then?
Yes.
I mean, the thing is, he says like, "We'll forget about now that for now. We'll get it later." I mean, does he even comprehend on what he's saying?
I
Uh, in in the sense that for him to get that thing later, he has to come back to planet Earth to get it.
Yeah. Like why you just gonna go back in space as soon as you get the SD card? You can't just do that. You have to, like, the US has to spend money to send you up in space. If you forget the SD card, you're just a retard.
I mean, the thing is, the other thing that kind of made me think, and this is where like I was like, maybe space isn't real. Maybe they're not that far away. Is because um of him saying he'll get it later. Why would he
Or
blunder that out like that?
I
Is
think
it like on the desk next to him? Is there a? I mean, right now you guys can see right on my channel, right? If I do this with my hand, right, it's like as if I'm not actually here. You can see my hand, and you can see the background going behind it. Maybe this is what they're doing. So he's just like looking across the room, going, "But it's just there on the table. I can see it from here. I'll just get it later." But everyone's like, "No, motherfucker, you're in space. Remember, you're fucking up there somewhere." I don't know. Backpod, what do you think?
I mean, let me just say this for all those conspiracy theorists. Um, a lot of people say, the first ever moon landing was fake, done in an office. So if that is true, then I I would believe if somebody told me, "Nah, nah, that's fake. That's in their little recording room." So, like you said, I'll get it later. Like what
I
it?
mean, it's not like they don't have enough money they could spend to make a studio anyway, right?
Yeah, like NASA is a big station, like big company and everything. They have
Yeah.
loads of money. Like I wouldn't be surprised if they hired like some people from like some cameraman from like Hollywood or something and just bring them there. Okay, give us a script and
Mm.
everything and just we'll play it out. They'll believe us because we have experts on special effects. We have the green screen on to look like like in face. Like I'm just saying, it could
No,
be
because the
like,
thing is like if you think about what you're saying, right? It's like they could spend. This is why I think sometimes that the people that they pick as astronauts sound so retarded. They sound so like they don't have an IQ. Like they didn't finish primary school. Maybe
my
they didn't finish kindergarten. They just
yeah.
got picked out of school and then they were raised in a barn and they're so dumbfounded. Like I mean, they just the way that they talk, they just don't sound like they should be up there.
Yeah,
Um,
but if
and
yeah,
yeah, go on.
but like you said, but some astronauts have to have such intense training, like to be able to go into that rocket and know what each button does, and there's like a million
Mm.
buttons everywhere.
Mm,
So like
mm.
they have to at least know, what they're doing. They're not gonna just, oh, what does this button do? Oh, look, self destruct button. I'm just gonna press that.
No, but I'm
Like,
just thinking, like, you imagine if you get into. I mean, do you got? I hope everybody remembers the show Knight Rider. Does everybody remember that show, Knight Rider, with David Hasselhoff? Everyone remember that show? Anyone know that show? Backpod, you know that show?
nah, I'm sorry, I didn't know that show.
You don't know that
I'm,
show?
I'm,
Okay, right. There was okay for those of you who are old enough. Okay, there was a show back in the day called Knight Rider. Okay, and the star was David Hasselhoff, but the main star of the show was this car called Kit. Okay, KITT, Kit, and basically this car was able to like jump and do all types of weird shit, right? When you watch the show, you're like, holy shit, I want that car. Someone decided to buy that car in real life, but
Tell me.
obviously the buttons aren't real. They don't actually really make the car jump. They don't really make the car go like in boost mode and shit like that, right?
Yeah.
So you imagine an astronaut, right? He's getting trained up, okay, from kindergarten, okay? He's been ripped out of school,
Yeah.
kidnapped from his parents. He's getting raised as a hillbilly in a dark room, and he's being put through all this test. Isn't that just to push the propaganda? Isn't that just to brainwash so that they think, oh, I am an astronaut. Oh, this, if I press this button, this will happen. If I press that button, this will happen. When actually, all the buttons don't do nothing. They're
I
just
mean,
pretending to do something.
you're not just making a conspiracy theory.
I'm just saying. I'm just asking the question,
I
and
mean,
let me know what you guys think.
you literally just made a conspiracy theory, and I don't know how to reply. I'm just like, here, just what?
Okay, so we got a couple of comments in the YouTube comments from you guys. We got God has sent dumb people upon this earth, and one of them is him. Right, that was from Jenny Just Easy. Brian Lloyd says, "What was recording that clip?" Good question. That is an interesting question that Brian has brought up there. I didn't even think of that one. What was recording that actual clip? Huh?
Wait, yeah.
Why did he need the GoPro if it's already been recorded by some third eye anyway?
And then
Backpod.
and then we come back to those conspiracy theories that was made in a studio. Because
Quite possibly. I mean, literally, why did the dude carry a GoPro in his hand when it's already being recorded? His blunder was recorded in first person.
just NASA thinks they're so smart that they just do random shit, and they think we're not gonna figure it out. We just figured out your shit.
We're not stupid, NASA. We know your shit. Right, Holly Banks comes out with WTF. I mean, how dumb can you get? LOL. Like awkward moment, moment much when you don't know what you're doing, but can clearly go to space. Okay, LOL. Kind of like exactly what we've been saying all along. Epic Game says, yeah, he remembers the kit car. And he says, that car had too many buttons. Very similar to the space shuttle.
Yeah.
Too many buttons. I mean, you only need the go fast button, right? It should be one big red button. Go fast. And then we've got Albion123 asking about mod. Mod, please.
Mod.
I don't think you understand the topic that's happening right now. Holly, you best come back with. I think they are playing about. To be honest, I don't even know if space is real. All we know is that we look up at the sky and it's apparently there.
Ooh. Ooh. That.
Now that's opening up another can of worms. Backpart, is there anything you want to add to the conversation before we move on to the next topic?
No, I think I just told everything. I think I told something about conspiracy theories, everything. I think I covered everything.
I mean, just before we finish off, obviously, for all of you guys who are watching us live, those of you who are watching us on playback, I want you to drop me down in the comment section down below, and Backpart will get to say this live. Do you think space is real or is it fake? Let me know in the comments down below. Backpart, what do you think? Is it real? Is it fake? Space.
I mean, a lot of my friends are saying, that's all Photoshop. Nothing exists. There's just us, this one giant planet. This is all done in a studio. This is all fake. But I'm not one of those. I know that space is real, because if space wasn't real, how do we see the moon? Like, the moon is
interesting.
The moon is next to us, orbiting around us in this circle out in space. So,
I mean, I've got a quick question for you. Really, is if the moon is real, okay?
Yeah.
Not that I'm saying it's not real. Okay?
Yeah.
What I'm saying, I'm just putting this out there. You know, sometimes in the daytime.
Yeah.
During the daytime, so the sun is still out. You can see the moon in the sky. Why is that?
That's a logical explanation, and a lot of people told me, but I'm gonna try to remember this hard. That people say you see still the moon. You know why the moon is bright at night? Do you know why?
Go on, tell me.
It's because the sun is reflecting into the moon and into the beams. No, the sun is making this light beam to the moon, and it reflects down to Earth. And that's the same, just that can
Mm,
the sun, is on here, like you can see it physically in the sky, but
mm,
because the moon is still not around the world, like
mm,
where you can't see it anymore. The sun
mm.
can still shine on the moon, so that's why you
But
can see
some,
it.
but saying that, sometimes that moon should be on the other side of the planet, but I can see the moon.
I think I
Is it
just
a
don't have.
hologram?
I think I don't have any explanation for that.
Anyway, let me know what you guys think down below. DY Play says what? Um, and let's have a look. Holly Ebank says it's like they have a green screen. Epic
In
Gaming says it's real, so he believes in the space theory. And DY Plays says, yeah, I guess it's real. Some point of maybe changing his view. I don't know. Anyway, we're moving forward. We're moving on. We've got the next one coming up. And this is coming from the Independent, and this is about Kim Kardashian. And please don't worry, that picture on the top right hand corner there, that you can see on your screens is not a picture of a vagina. It's actually
meat.
tried HelloFresh. Here's what happened. It's meat, everybody. Okay, I know it looks very suspect right now the way they've planted that, but it's not. Right. So anyway, Kim Kardashian criticized for promoting appetite suppressant lollipops. You guys, Flat Tummy Co. just dropped a new product. They're appetite suppressant lollipops, and they're literally unreal. So obviously, here's a picture of Kim Kardashian. If you don't know what she looks like, yep, that's right. That's Kanye West's missus. Absolute weird lady, if you ask me. To be honest with you. So Kim Kardashian West has been roundly criticized for sharing a photo of herself sucking an appetite suppressant lollipop made by Flat Tummy Co. In a promotion for the diet brand. The reality TV star, who has 3 children, told her 111 million Instagram followers the lollipops were literally unreal and altered them to a promotion the company was offering. The 35-calorie sweets contain an active ingredient called stearelia. I'm going to try and say that. Satyrial, a plant extract Flat Tummy Co. claims helps prevent hunger pangs. They are designed to be taken right when you get hit with those mid-morning or late afternoon cravings, the company's marketing material says. So if you look at the clock and you're still 2 hours away from lunch or dinner, grab a lollipop to help suppress your appetite and kick your cravings. The company says their lollipops work to maximize uh, satiety. I don't know what that even means, which in turn helps control food intake, cravings, and weight, but recommends eating no more than 2 a day. That's because you'll have diarrhea if you eat more than 2 a day, probably. It also sells products called Flat Tummy Tea, bullshit, and Flat Tummy Shakes, again, bullshit, and bills itself as being all about helping you get that tummy flat and keeping it that way. So this was the picture that Kim Kardashian posted on Instagram, which was her sucking on this lollipop.
Mm.
Um, Most guys probably fantasies, not mine, but most guys would be like, "You suck that lollipop." But me personally, I'm like, that was definitely put on. But the 37-year-old has drawn fierce criticism for the post on social media, which critics arguing it promotes a negative message for young girls. Seriously, why do you consistently choose to promote such a toxic message to young female followers? It's disgraceful, said one. Another said, disappointed to see such a post from such an influential media icon. Eating isn't shameful Our bodies aren't shameful. We deserve better. Added another. So obviously Kim got a lot of criticism. There was some more. There was I like you. I'm the mother of two daughters, and I think promoting a product like this is deeply irresponsible on your part, Kim. And another said, I'm really sad that Kim is using her influential platform to advertise appetite suppressants. Eat healthy and well, people. That was another. British TV presenter Jamil, who's a pop star back in the day in the UK, was equally critical of the post, explaining it made her feel distressed. It made her feel distressed. Her about what women are reduced to. So I mean, the thing is that it got like 832,000 likes. So it's not like it wasn't liked at all. But Jamila did post this. No, fuck off. No, you terrible and toxic influence on young girls. I admire their mother's branding capabilities. She is an exploitative but innovative genius. However, this family makes me feel actual despair over what women are reduced to. That's what she actually tweeted out at Kim Kardashian with what she thought of it. So anyway, Kim Kardashian. I can't believe we're talking about Kim Kardashian on my channel. But anyway, Kim Kardashian. Suppressant. Appetite suppressant. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments down below. I'll be sure to read them out loud for you guys. So please be sure to drop those comments if you have a particular opinion on this particular topic. But we've got Backpod with us in the podcast today, live as a guest. And he's going to let us know what he thinks about this Kim Kardashian scandal with the appetite suppressant lollipop.
So
Backpod, what do you think?
So basically, what I heard was people are mad because Kim promoted something against fatness. So I know a lot of fat people, and that would trigger them. So I think I'm on the side of people who are against this. Uh,
Hmm.
I mean,
do you think this is fat shaming?
no, I don't think this is fat shaming. Just like people said, disgrace that she's promoting this because like everyone's beautiful in their own way. That's one.
Yeah.
And in that tweet, the guy when the guy said that I forgot our girl. Jesus Christ. Basically, how should I say this? Um, Mothers are perfectly capable of taking care of their children. Okay, they don't need to feed them anti-fatness. Okay, they don't just, hey honey,
what's up, giant waffle? Sorry, carry on.
Yeah, hey honey, take these pills, you won't be fat. Like, why would you do that? Everyone's perfect in their own way. Okay.
I mean, the thing is, Kim Kardashian isn't actually skinny herself.
Yeah.
She's a curvy lady. So the thing is, I mean,
she.
Is it a bad? I mean, the thing is, what this company is. I mean, the thing that I find a bit weird with dieting things in general is that the diets are generally a temporary fix to a problem.
Yeah.
So the thing is, if you're planning or you're trying to lose weight or you're trying to maintain a weight or a certain size or whatever it is, just eat in moderation to keep that size. Exercise regularly and so on and so forth. But I think the problem is that because she's got 111 million Instagram followers, posting a picture like that is influencing. I think the difficulty is not someone who's an adult, maybe like an adult woman who is in maybe her age category. Where I think the concern is with people who are a lot younger, like girls who are like maybe 8, 9, 10, 11, maybe teens, early teens.
But you know what's also the problem with this?
Because your body's still developing at that age.
Yeah.
And I think the difficulty is that they are they're being kind of forced to a certain degree to look towards these people.
Yeah.
To influence them to be a certain way when they're too young. They shouldn't even be thinking about these things.
I mean,
And I think this is where the problem is. Sorry, Backbar, carry on.
I what I heard was there's also
Hold on,
like,
one second, one second. Giant Waffle 421. If you have any opinions or you have something you want to say about this particular topic, please be sure to write a comment down below in Twitch, and I'll be sure to talk about it in a few moments. Carry on, Backpod.
so basically what I heard was this wasn't because of Kim, that some girls, they're a little bit chubby, and someone said, "Wow, you look so disgusting. Lose weight." So guess what they did?
They
Well,
lost. They went anorexic or something, killed themselves.
no, yeah, basically they stuck fingers into their mouths till they barfed, and they barfed so much that they literally threw up everything till they were like nothing. They were just like bones.
Bone, right? Okay.
Like,
So there's a bigger problem here. There's a bigger problem, and this is what I think is the issue: is that there's bigger problems that they don't want. They want young people to be aware of that. It can influence them quite badly. We've got a few comments to talk through
yep,
on this topic. First one coming from Brian Lloyd. That company have approached many celebs to promote their product. It's up to the celeb to decide if they want to deceive their fans for money or not. So again, the controversy is this woman's made enough money as it is anyway.
yeah, of course,
And diet companies in general. I mean, I think the diet industry is worth a lot of money in the UK. Backpard probably will check how much they're actually worth in a minute on Google, probably.
yeah,
But there's they are worth a lot, billions and billions of dollars that goes into this industry, and the money is there. And I think with big influences, it is a moral choice. You're promoting something which you probably don't actually use yourself, um, in order to make a lot of returns on people who would be buying this product and thinking it's doing something when, I mean, how many calories is in a lollipop anyway? I mean, anyone want to Google that and tell me how many calories are actually in a real lollipop, not a
well,
normal
well, let me,
chopper chop or something?
yeah, let me check.
Um,
Um,
Also, Holly Ebanks put, yeah, but children, kids, or teenagers will do anything that their most fave celeb will do. They will have anything that the celeb advertises in so that the company can get more money. Holly also put down they want it there and now. Like everybody is. Like everybody is their own way. People are born just the way they are and should be proud of who they are and not be body shamed. Whether they're anorexic or obese doesn't matter. The thing is that anorexia is obviously a disease that you inherit. You become anorexic. It's not like you're born anorexic. No one's born anorexic. You become anorexic because of having an eating disorder. Obesity, in the same respects, is the same thing. You don't become you're not born obese. You become obese because again of an eating disorder. You either eat too much or you don't eat enough, one or the other.
yeah,
So the message here, guys, is that if you're young, if you're concerned about your body, if you're concerned about the way you look and stuff like that, make healthy changes. Make changes that make you happy. If you're happy being a big kid or a big guy or big girl, stay that way. So long you're healthy, so long you're not like causing yourself to have medical problems like heart problems and stuff like that. If you're really thin and you're just naturally really thin, there are some people who are really, really thin, they're just naturally like that. Maintain a healthy diet so that you don't you're not weak. I think that's the main issue with this whole thing. Giant Waffle, how you doing? I'm doing very well, thank you. Don't forget, if you want to drop your comments, Giant Waffle, you can, and I'll be sure to shout them out in the comments down below
so
as we go through the show. Before we get on to the facts, the fun facts, Holly dropped another one. Another comment, I think. Yes, she did. She dropped two more comments. Let me just read those out. It's like she's saying, "Look at me. I'm beautiful. I'm slightly skinny. I'm eating a slimming lolly. Why don't you be like me?" Makes people concerned or ashamed of what they are. Holly also put, "It's like people will only lose the weight because they see celebs on adverts. They are being brainwashed. They can't do it themselves, and not be confident about it. Very interesting comments. We've got Backpile with some fun facts for you guys about lollipops.
Yeah,
Take it away.
I found that the calories in the the chupa chops, fuck whatever they're called,
Yeah.
lollipops. I This says in
Mm-hmm.
one serving is
Yeah.
12 grams in 1 unit, and the calories in that 1 unit is 46.
Right, so get this, guys, okay? So this lollipop that this company is advertising is 34 calories a lollipop, okay? A normal Chopper Chop, okay? A normal lollipop you would buy from a store has, how much did you say? 43?
46.
46. 46, okay? So it's not like that's going to make you obese if you eat a normal lollipop. So definitely, from personally, from what I can see, is it's a complete absolute marketing flaw. I mean, there's no need to even think that this is going to do some miracle on your body. Really, it isn't.
I mean,
Uh, yeah,
the
backpod.
chopper chop again. The lollipop. I'm reading the paragraph now. Total fat is zero. Total fat is 0 g, 0 grams.
There you go. There you
No,
go.
the normal Chupa Chops lollipop has 0 g's, 0 grams
Mm. I
of
mean,
fat.
I guess the takeaway from this story is that if you're concerned about your weight, if you're concerned about your body size or whatever it may be, whether you're big, whether you're small, is just to be happy. Once you find happiness, once you are happy and content with yourself, you will be happy with what you look like, what you feel like, and you'll be happier in life. You know, if you stop sort of looking at these kind of things to kind of give you a reason or an excuse to make changes to your life, which you're not comfortable in changing yourself. You don't actually feel like you want to change these things. It's quite ironically, actually, because it would be good to have Exodus on this, because Exodus would have a really good opinion on this, I can imagine. But don't forget, guys, if you're watching us live or if you're watching us on playback, please be sure to drop your comments down below. I love to read them, whether we're on live or whether we're after the podcast is finished. Please be sure to drop them down below. We'd love to read them. Anything else you want to add before we move on to the next story, young backpard?
Uh, yeah, because you can because how should I say this? Kim Kardashian is very famous, right?
Mm.
And she has a big fan base of like little girls that might be obese.
Right.
Yeah. So basically, if they saw this, they were like, "Wait, I'm not pretty enough for Kim. I have to get in shape and everything." And
Mm.
they could have done just some crazy stuff that would hurt them, hurt their body, hurt their growth process, everything. So like
Yeah.
basically, she kind of, how should I say this? She's making
Promoting it. She's
yeah,
promoting it. She's making money from it.
yep, and she's making big holes in her community that might, because of this, her community is gonna maybe slowly just break.
Mm. Mm. I mean, the thing is, I think once you're famous, there's no such thing as bad publicity, is there? So the thing
Yeah,
is that even after this level of criticism, it's not like she's been knocked off a pedestal or anything. She's
yeah.
still sitting
She
perched nice and high.
she still have the money and everything, yeah, of course,
Exactly,
but not a
exactly.
lot of people
Anyway,
will like her.
no, 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 not a lot of people made money from being no one,
Yeah,
like being non-talented and have no skills
yeah,
at all.
exactly.
So yeah. Anyway, moving on. We come to another Instagram story, and that is this young little girl, this little 10-year-old, by the name of Lil Tay. I'm sure you guys have heard about this. This 9-year-old Instagram star, Lil Tay's flexing, got her mom fired. That's only the beginning of her reign of terror. If you think this is a wake-up call for the preteen calling herself the youngest flexer of the century, you haven't been paying attention. So this story comes from The Verge, and this is the picture of Lil Tay. If you guys didn't see it in the thumbnail, that's what she looked, and she's a massive flexer. But we've come to find out that it's all fake. It is a true. universally acknowledged that a single foul-mouthed young girl in possession of riches must be in want of viral fame. At allegedly 9 years old, viral star Lil Tay made headlines last week for getting her mother, Angela Tian, fired over her potentially laden videos. If you haven't heard of Lil Tay by now, consider yourself lucky, as the repeatedly self-appointed, anointed youngest flexer of the century. The kid does everything from revving her Ferraris to tossing stacks of $100 bills in the air with YouTube stars Jake Paul. I love that they called him a star. I'm out here flexing to y'all broke ass haters. She crows like a lost boy from hell in one of her Instagram posts. I got a $350,000 chain. Y'all haven't seen this in your lives. I'm richer than all y'all. Y'all broke and jealous. Perhaps unsurprisingly, all that underage flexing is now reaping real world consequences. It was reported that Thursday that her mother has been fired from her plum job as a Vancouver real estate agent for her involvement in those videos. As of last week, her mother is no longer attached with the firm. Jim Liu, director of business development of Pacific Place Group, confirmed The Verge that an email our firm does not condone this type of behavior and has no place for this in our business. So Lil Tay is every probable car crash you can't look away from, except in miniature. Painfully, cringingly miniature. So by this type of behavior, Liu no doubt is referring to Lil Tay and her mother. For using subsequent posts, Lil Tay Instagram loudly stated that she isn't managed by anyone. Glimpse of women who looks like Lil Tay. Mom can be seen in this video. Skip to 36. Lil Tay had no respond to requests for comments at press time. So let's move on a little bit to where we got to. So the bleach blonde Lil Tay, who has been dubbed everything from Instabrat to fake ghetto toddler, feels like the inevitable hybrid of both strains. She simultaneously spiraled out of control and gaining fame from being out of control, like the Teen Moms and Honey Boo Boo. Before her outrageousness hits a cultural sweet spot. We watch ourselves into existential despair as she develops beefs with her equally pin-sized, equally heinous peers, notably Daniel Bregoli and Bad Baby, and aka the Catch Me Outside girl. That was Bad Baby, Bad Baby. So yeah, there was a lot of things going on in this girl's life, and it was found out it's all fake. None of it is real. She lied about everything. She was being taught by her brother to do these things.
Yeah.
She was being coached into saying everything that she said on Instagram. It was being managed by her brother. The car that she was using was actually her mother's boss's car. So all of this came out, and the girl literally is now near enough no more. They even went to the extent of deleting, of privating her Instagram. So everything on there, you can't see nothing now. It's all been privated from public view. So obviously we'll start off with Backpod, and then we'll move on to the comments in the channel. So please be sure to drop your comments down below if you have anything you want to add to this story. But Backpod,
Yeah.
Lil Tay, 9-year-old superstar, Brad. What do you think?
Yeah. So basically, how should I say this? I watched this YouTuber that I'm not gonna say because everyone knows him.
Okay.
Basically, his name starts with P. I'm not gonna continue anymore. Basically, he made a video talking about Lil Tay, and he had every video like her brother managing her. There's also this one video when a guy pulled up with his car next to Lil Tay, and Lil Tay, where's the money? Where flex on me? And she just ignored them because
Yeah.
like that picture that's on the article with her holding that money,
Hmm.
all that money is fake. And every video that you recorded in a house, like in a mirror, closets, everything, that's all the real estate houses that her mom was selling.
It's terrible, man. It's terrible. I mean, the thing is, I think the thing is that with that video where that guy pulls up with real cash in his hand and he's like, "Flex on me, flex on me."
No, it's not like that. He didn't have anything. He just pulled up and saw Lil Ten. He was like,
Oh, that's it. Yeah, yeah.
Yo, Lil Ten,
Lil Tay, yeah.
everything, and she
She
didn't
was
like
wearing
like,
pink, isn't it? She was wearing like a pink
yeah,
tracksuit thing, wasn't
yeah,
she? Yeah, yeah. So the thing is, even with that, you see, like, there was something I was talking about with this other YouTuber yesterday,
yeah,
and I was talking to him, and we were having this discussion, and I was saying to him, like, a lot of people don't realize, even if you are famous, right?
yeah,
Unless you're like super duper famous, but if you're like an overnight success, or if you're like if you become like known by the public, in a very short space of time,
yeah,
um, people don't actually realize that uh, the people that you see on the screen isn't the real person in real life. It's an act that they put on. For
yeah, of
example, the
course,
person that you see on the podcast, like from my channel, the person you see today and the person you saw yesterday isn't kind of the same person. There are some similarities, but I'm very different.
yeah.
I'm more
It,
like I'm very like grown up on this part of the channel, and then yesterday I'm very like, I guess, childish.
nah,
The
nah.
man child in me comes
Ba-
out. So the thing
basically,
is, if you meet me in real life, you'll be very surprised because I guess I'm more like this than I am like the guy yesterday because it's an act. That's what it is. Every single YouTuber, every single content creator, near enough, the person that you get to meet in real life isn't the person that you generally get to watch. And the biggest YouTuber that we know, obviously PewDiePie,
mm-hmm,
he
he's a
is
nice
one of
guy.
the most cringiest person you'll meet in real life. I mean, you would never expect him to be the way that he is in real life compared to what his videos are like, but that's the reality of the whole show is that it's called a show for a reason. Like we have the podcast, it's a show. We have, we have Super Sunday, it's a show. We have Sub Me Saturday, it's a show. These are all shows. We name the shows for a reason because on those shows we come up with a character and we play that role, and then people are entertained by that character, by that role. So in the same respect with Lil Tay, when that guy pulled up to ask her to flex, she's like caught in the blue. It's like an animal being caught in fog lights. They don't know what to do. They're just like, oh shit, you know, I only do these things for videos. I don't know. I don't really do this in real life.
Yeah,
Because I'm actually poor in real life. I don't have any money. So, and obviously, if you guys don't know, Instagram stars generally don't make any money from the Instagram post because it's not like a monetization system like it is on YouTube, like it is on Twitch. It's not like that. You get sponsored for certain posts that you do, but that's pretty much how they get Instagram stars get paid. They don't get paid from posting just random shit like she was doing. She
yeah,
just
of
got
course.
fame. It's like a false fame.
It's
That's the way I look at it.
she's basically you wanna know why she was famous is because she was a meme at a certain point, and when something
Yeah,
becomes a meme, it's
that's
instant
it.
famous. It's
It's instant. Just like Daniel with those veins.
yep. Um, T4, I think eBanks really wants you to re-comment because there's a
I
lot
know.
of them.
I'm gonna read them. I'm gonna read them. So Holly comes out with it's like she's saying no, no, no. Let's move on from that. Uh, okay. So we are
To be
okay.
honest,
Yeah, we're here. Okay, right. So to be honest, this is from Holly, by the way, guys. To be honest, Lil Tay is fake. Her brother has been telling her how to say things and how to be in the videos. Also, the houses and cars weren't even hers. They were her mum's real estate's houses. One of the cars was her mum's ex-boss's car. It shows a video of her brother saying, "Oh, say this and say that and act like this and throw money here." It's like she don't know what she's doing. She's being dragged to pillar to post. The mum should be ashamed of herself. She should be in school, not getting fame. I just don't understand it. That's the other question I didn't. I never saw anyone talking about. Really, is she not in school then?
I think she's not. I think she's just like, yeah, mom, I'm just gonna stay home today. No, no school for me.
But the thing is, like, she lives in the States, so I don't understand what is the rules like over in the United States about kids not going to school. Because, like, obviously in the UK, you can't not go to school. If you just decide not to go to school, the parents can actually get put in prison
Yeah, I mean,
for neglect of not giving their children an education, unless they're providing some sort of education at home, which then they have to apply for, which then has to be given a grant for, so that it's actually passed as a homeschool environment, uh, which then is actually checked on. You know, that's how it is in the UK. So I'm just trying to understand how she was able. I mean, she's 10. I mean, at the time when she started Instagram, she was 9, but now she's 10,
I
and
mean,
she hasn't been to school all that time.
yeah, she probably wasn't. But I mean, the things you're talking about this school, here in our flag that's on the podcast, um, basically we have this rule that you can have 1 or 2 weeks off, like vacation. The school
Yeah.
literally gives you a vacation, but then like the only times you can skip is like, yeah, I have a dentist, I have to go to the doctor, I'm sick, I can't come to school. Like that's the
Yeah.
only times. Like
Yeah.
if we skip, that's like, how should I say this? Like the teachers will first of all give you like missed classes, and then
Mm.
once you rack up 10, you get like this warning, and you have to go meet the principal, and they talk and talk, and if you still don't go to school, they will expel you. And this happened to one kid once. He didn't go even to school, so they
Mm.
literally, when he applied for another school, they rejected him. Like
Oh wow.
all schools just rejected him because they know he's not gonna show up. So
So you just get so you basically you're gonna end up having nothing at all.
yeah, you're just gonna get like banned. You have been banned from the server. Just
Damn, 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 Daniel. Right. Anyway, is whether you guys are watching us live, whether you're watching us on playback, please let me know in the comments down below what you guys think about this particular topic. With Lil Tay, did you guys know she was fake, or was it, or was you shocked when you found out she was fake? To be honest with you, when I first heard about this girl, I was like, here we go, another Jake Paul,
yep.
another Kim Kardashian. That's all I kept thinking. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Backpart, anything you want to add before we move on to the next story?
Nope. Let's go to Faze.
Okay, let's do it. Faze Tfue, everybody. He's next on the target. That's right. He's the next target. Faze Tfue. This was reported by Newsweek. This is the US edition. Is Fortnite streamer Faze Tfue banned from Twitch after racial slur update. This is by Stephen Asarach, and this was published on the 5th of the 18th, 18. So, if you guys don't know who Faze Tfue is, what the hell are you doing? No, Faze Tfue, if you guys don't know, he is part of the Faze clan, and he's a professional Fortnite gamer. Well, in general, he's actually a pro player. Anyway, he's a competitive player. He actually plays he played in a few other games before, obviously Fortnite, but became a competitive Fortnite player as well. Believe it or not, there's a lot of money to be made if you're a professional sports player. So
Esports, it's called esports.
yeah, but he's part of Faze Clan, so he's one of the Faze guys. So he rolls with like Faze Banks and all those other guys. They're all in
Yeah.
one crew.
Yeah, of course.
So Turner Faze Tfue Kenny, his real name is Turner Kenny, by the way. Has been banned from Twitch for 30 days for using a racial slur in reference to another player while playing Fortnite on stream. The clip has since been shared thousands of times online, with posts hitting the top of the live stream fails shred Reddit. And if you guys didn't see the actual point, this is going to be difficult because the audio is not playing from the video. Let me just see if captions work. 1 second. If captions work, then it might be okay because it will actually show the words when he says it.
What did he
This
like say
is
the N word or something?
Say that again. What was that back part?
Did he like say the N word or something? Like, oh,
No, no. He basically called another basically in Fortnite there is an outfit, which is part of the Twitch Prime outfit,
yeah,
which basically, the outfit looks like a raccoon,
yeah. Also, he
and
called him
he
coon. He said a
basically
coon.
yeah, that's
Okay,
right. So he called the other player a coon,
okay.
and he goes, "Where's that coon gone?" And referring to the fact that the outfit the guy's wearing, if you look at it, looks like a raccoon. If you look at the picture of a raccoon, you look at that, you think, yeah, there is some similarities.
Yeah,
Problem being, obviously, because Faze Tfue is a white guy, makes it very difficult for him to get away with shit like that.
yeah.
So I'm just waiting for this to buff. What the hell is it doing? It's like taking forever to play.
I think it's just not gonna play. I think they're just gonna have to go on YouTube and search it themselves.
Why? Okay, fine. Let's just look for this video. Phase. Crazy Holes has joined us.
Hey, what happened to the stream?
I don't know.
It's saying that's our fault.
Yeah, it's gone off. Yeah, it's gone.
Sorry. Hold on. I just hit the wrong button. That's why that happened. My bad. Totally my bad. That was. It's because there's certain keys on my keyboard. When I press them, they do transition. So I must have hit T somewhere, and it transitioned over. Fine. Thank you for telling me. Right. Okay. Right. Let's rewind that. That's still loading that one. Okay. Okay. We got a video. Captions on. Spanish. No, I don't. Oh my god, this is only in Spanish.
Española.
Is it really in Spanish? Oh no. Oh, it says. That's quite funny. That's quite hilarious. Right. Okay. Let me maximize this video. 1 second. That's hilarious. It says, "Where did this coon go?" And on the translation, it's written "king."
GG.
So where you guys see the word king, it's meant to say coon. Okay, so let's play this through. Oh, this is a really. This is not meant to be.
Let's just hope. Let's just hope a black guy doesn't watch us.
Let's just let's just turn that up a little bit. Quality is too poor. Okay, here we go. Faze Tfue in action. So he says, "Where's this coon go?" He meant to say Jesus. And he's running around, and he gets a kill. Nicely done, Faze. Nicely done. So that's basically the video. That's basically what happened. And because of that, he got what the hell is happening to this? Okay. And because of that, he is he's now been banned for 30 days. He did make a video talking about, "Hey, what's up, Ben? Blake, welcome to YouTube. Yeah, thank you for joining us. Be sure to slap a like." Because of that reason, he got banned for 30 days from Twitch, which is sad, but is also, I guess,
punishment.
I mean, the thing is, it's a difficult thing to say whether he's racist or whether he's not racist. I guess it's a difficult place to be in. So I mean, in the clip, Tfue is fighting in close quarters with a player, building a floor to dodge incoming fire. Where did this coon go? That's what he says. Tfue asks, jumping through the floor of a depleted building. In a later video embedded below, Tfue claims his opponent's camo covered Havoc Twitch Prime skin looked like a raccoon. The guy was playing like a snake, like a raccoon. He says in an attempt to justify his actions, "I didn't mean to say it in a racist way. I'm sorry if I offended anybody." He adds that a Twitch representative contacted him, informing him that the ban was for saying the word targeted at black characters. So that's all the meat of this story. The question is Faze Tfue actually racist? My personal takeaway from it is that I think in this day and age, you've got to be very, very careful. Twitch in particular, because Twitch have got this tendency of targeting certain streamers, in making them pay for anything they say wrong, versus those who will say things that are wrong or portray things that are incorrect, like Alinity, and getting away with it, left, right, and center. So I think that the problem is with, like, unlike YouTube, where I guess it's a bit more fair in some respects. Like, whether you're big, whether you're small, if you do something wrong, there's a repercussion for what you've done, irrespective. I mean, to the extent of like people like PewDiePie uttering certain, doing certain types of jokes, which YouTube will not see as being, even if it's satire. He got YouTube Red taken away from him, even with Jake Paul doing the suicide video thing, getting his YouTube Red service taken away, getting demonetized for 2 weeks. You can see, like, even the big guys, they can't mess around too much because they will get, they will be handled. With Twitch, on the other hand, slightly different. There's too many virgins on Twitch's system. There's too many guys who've never ever had any real connection with any girls in their lifetime, and they are letting a lot of these Twitch thoughts get away with a lot of stuff. And people like Tfue, who is a and with Twitch, because they're not on the same scale, I guess, as YouTube is. They are still in that mind frame, that mindset of, let's look after those who are bringing in the money. And I guess in that respect, it makes it very difficult for them to not favor some people over others. Whether that's a good thing or not is something completely different. I'm not saying it's a good thing or it's a bad thing. I'm just saying as I'm seeing it. So Faze Tfue, to be honest with you, I've never seen the guy as being a racist. He's never come across as being someone who has a problem with different races and stuff. So I personally don't think he is. But I think in this day and age, you have got to be careful what you say, who you say it to, how you say it. Like, for example, I make a lot of jokes about terrorism, about terrorists, because technically I can, but I guess if it was someone else doing it, then and then somebody saw it as being biased towards a certain race or a certain culture or a certain religion, and they are not part of that religion themselves, it may be seen as a way of targeting those people. So then someone might report, oh, they're trying to target Muslims because this white guy's talking about terrorism, like, it's just a Muslim problem. So I guess in that respect, I can understand it. So, using the word coon, using the N-word, using certain terminology, there's even terminologies that you could use to describe white people, but I think the white people description doesn't seem to get that much repercussions compared to if you're describing someone of color or someone of a certain race or religion. Whether that's like an imbalance somewhere, or there's a justification somewhere, I don't know. I don't know how this is justified, to be honest with you. It's not tit for tat. It's not eye for an eye. It seems to be some ruling involved somewhere. But my takeaway personally is that I don't think Tfue is racist. I think he uttered a word which I think he does genuinely regret. I mean, if you watch the video of when he talks about being suspended, it makes a little bit of sense. I mean, he's not hiding from the fact that he said a word that he shouldn't have said. He takes ownership of that, and I think that's fair enough. And I think if someone's willing to stand up and be counted for what they've done, Um, not to say that you can keep doing the thing over and over again. I mean, he hasn't, but I think I think if you're gonna ban him for saying something like that, there are so many other Twitch thought streamers that I've seen who have done very similar things and even worse, and haven't failed or met the same kind of repercussions. So I think with Twitch, on one hand, they kind of need to fix the fact that they've got too many virgins working for them. Okay, that's the only thing I'm going to say about that. Backpod,
Yes.
what do you think? Faze Tfue.
Like you said, I don't think he's racist. Like, he seems too much of a nice guy to be racist. Like, occasionally, if you get mad, of course you're gonna go like, "Oh,
But the thing is, right. Even if you're saying that, like sometimes you can get a bit mad, right?
Yeah.
He wasn't even mad. There was no sense of anger.
I mean,
During that stream, it wasn't like he was angry at the like when PewDiePie uttered the word N during his stream when he was playing Black Ops.
yeah.
That was an angry N word. That he was saying that out of pure frustration. Whereas Tfue, when he says the word coon, he doesn't actually say it with that same intent. It doesn't have that intention, that impact. He's saying it more of like, like as a question mark, like, where is this person? Like, where is he hiding? He's not saying it because he's angry at the person or he's frustrated at the person. So, I don't know. I mean, yeah, carry on.
Then I have another theory that basically, how should I say this? Like you said, that skin looks like a raccoon. Like, coon is like a shorter version of a raccoon. So like, he wasn't implying to a black person. He was implying to the skin. He was implying to the player. Where is that player? He didn't mean like.
And you can obviously see that as well. I mean, I can actually show you guys, what Tfue is actually referring to. Let me just quickly hit some hit Google Chrome. Let's go home. I can actually show you this actual outfit which they're talking about on this. Where is it?
I'm just on these comments right here, and one comment from Ben Blake is, "I got banned off Twitch for saying the N word."
Wow. So there you go. This is exactly what we're talking about. You see that? It's. I mean, the thing is, I think you have to be careful. You have to be careful, irrespective. You have to be careful because I think it's Oh, we went to the wrong tab. Right, images. Right, so this is. So you can kind of see what he's talking about with this outfit. This is the Twitch Prime outfit. So you can kind of tell. I mean, if you look at that outfit, this is the one on the right, by the way, guys. That outfit, if you look at a raccoon, right? A raccoon has a very similar look. Oh. Raccoon.
Searches for a raccoon.
Searches for a raccoon. There you go. There's a raccoon, everybody. All right, you get the idea. So if you look at those colors, that kind of finish, and then you go back, I don't even know how that can be a black slur anyway. It makes no sense. And then you look at this, you can kind of see what he's talking about. Okay, it has some kind of aspect to it. There's some similarities, if I can say that. So I think in that respect, it's it kind of brings up the idea of I don't personally think. I mean, he does not come across as that kind of guy. That's what I'm going to say.
Yeah, exactly.
What did you want to add anyway? Backpart. Anything else you wanted to add? What you were saying?
No, I think I don't have anything more. I think the only things you have left is from Ebanks and Blake.
Yeah. So we've got a couple of comments dropped in from Holly. Let's see here. It's okay. Ben said, "I subbed and liked, mate. Thank you very much, Ben. You're awesome for doing so. We're forever growing. Thank you to lovely people like you." Holly comes out with, "I don't think he's totally racist. You have to think before you speak because people will come down on you like a ton of bricks. People will play the racist card anywhere nowadays. Very true. Ben, obviously, as Backpard mentioned, got banned for saying the N word on Twitch, and I think this is the difficulty: is that it's not the sense of whether you're racist or not; it's the question of context. I think this is the important thing. If you use that word like as an everyday thing, Vera has this tendency of using that word. You know, my G. You know, he's always using that word, even though he's not actually that color himself. But I think it's the context of how you use it. If you're using it to describe somebody in an angry tone, in an angry way, like to describe a race of people, then I understand the reason for banning. But I think if it's being used as if it's just part of your language, it's something that everybody knows you, that you use it to describe everyone, then I don't see, and it comes about whether it's the hard R or whether it's the soft. I guess this is where it comes down to. But I think if you're not of that race, I think on live streams, whether it's be on Twitch, whether it be on YouTube, I think there's always somebody watching. There's always people who will take offense to what you have to say. And I think you have to be careful if you're using these kind of words, because they are eventually going to cause you to have problems. And not to say that it's right that happens, but with Twitch, too many virgins work for the administration service. They're going to ban you for everything and anything. I got a 30-day ban for, I don't even know what I did wrong. But I don't even know till this day what they banned me for. Even with YouTube, I got banned for 2 weeks, I think it was, and then it got revoked. No, I got banned for 3 months, and then it got revoked. They just decided to put my channel back on live again because they realized there was nothing I had done wrong. There was no apology. They just fucking banned me for 2 weeks. For 2 weeks, I had to stream on my backup channel, which is why I always say to you guys, if you subscribed here on the Tamim25 channel, please be sure to go check out the backup channel called the T4 Army. The link is in the description. It's one of the additional channels that I have as a backup, just in case that ever happens on this channel again. And also Holly put, but if he's apologized and said that he didn't mean to make it like it was racist, then leave it as it is. He said a bad word, boo-hoo. Some people just make things bigger than what the situation is. And I think that's important to remember, that there is people out there. This is the thing we have to bear in mind, is there's always people out there who are trying to blow things up out of proportion so that it gets attention for the wrong reasons, especially if it's a big streamer, if it's a big Twitch streamer. It's always going to cause this kind of controversy. Ben asked, do you play World War II? I don't, unfortunately, and I don't know what that means after that. What a cunt. Oh, okay, right, I got it. Okay, yeah, I know. Also, Holly says, people do hell of a lot worse than what he's done. People make hand signs or things to history that would make people get angry. People jump on the bandwagon of making the situation worse than it is. And I think I completely agree with that. And that was all the comments from those over at youtube.com. No one over at Twitch has left any comments, so we'll continue. Backpod, anything you want to add to Tfue's reign, unless or we'll move on to the next topic?
No, I have nothing to say about Tfue.
Okay, so for those of you watching us live, those of you watching us on playback, let me know in the comments down below what you guys thought about any of the stories in today's topic. I'd love to read the comments, whether you're watching us live, whether you're watching us on playback. Let me know what you guys thought about each and every single topic. Last but not least, this is like an additional topic that we're doing for today, and we're talking about Slovenia. And I went out of my way to hit up Wikipedia on some information about this, and as we get the lowdown from Backpod, if you guys don't know, Backpod is from Slovenia, and he is going to give us a little bit of a history lesson. And I thought it was quite an interesting topic, because we were talking about this yesterday on the live stream, and it was such a deep conversation. I was like, you know what, this is perfect for the podcast. This is what people would love to hear about, some history, getting to know each other, because as you guys know, on this channel I always try to bring us back together again, pushing aside religion, culture, race, all these things that cause us to have divisions. Push them to one side. Let's bring back to the fact of humanity. Let's become humans once again, because we're all the same at the end of the day. We all want the same things. We all want to be successful. We all want to eat. We all want to drink. We all want to breathe. We all want to live. So we all are seeking the same things, just in different ways. So I thought, let's take this opportunity. Let's bring someone who has some background differences. And if you guys want to be one of these people who get to tell a story of your history, please let me know in the comments down below, or let me know in Discord if you're on Discord with us. You can be one of the guests to talk about your personal history. So, without further ado, Backpod, give us a little breakdown of Slovenia's existence and what else you can tell us about it.
Well, so basically, I have this book right here in my hand right now, and let's start. Where should we start?
I think a good place to start is, I mean, on Wikipedia here, I've got the timeline
Yeah,
of Slovenia's history, which I think is quite interesting, starting at
yeah,
250 BC.
yeah. But
The Celtic Lateni culture
wait,
comes to the territories of modern Slovenia, replacing the what the hell does that say? Haslatic culture. I mean, that's like a lot of word for me, you know. And then obviously 2021
yeah,
BC.
those are basically just timelines before the birth of Christ, BC.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's like a long time.
Basically, in this book, I have from 150
Wow.
from 150 all the way to modern age.
Jesus, that's some serious history. Holly says he gotta go. Hey, gotta go. I'll see y'all whenever you're streaming next. Thanks for inviting me. Take care of yourselves. Take care, Holly. Thanks for joining us. She's gotta go to work probably. So we'll chat to you on the next one, Holly. And yeah, carry on, Backpod. I think a good time to start is probably we'll skip some of this because it'll be too long otherwise.
Yeah, it is.
I don't know.
Let's start it first.
You tell us. I mean, this is your opportunity
You
to
know
tell
what?
us a little bit.
I'm gonna start. I'm gonna mix some times up, and I'm gonna start at the gruesomest times. One of the gruesomest times that in our history, and that's the Second World War. So basically, like everything was great.
Because I think the thing is the thing that came up yesterday. The whole point this topic even came up yesterday was because I said that Slovenia used to be part of the USSR, and then you corrected me saying no, it's not, because obviously a lot of people make this kind of misunderstanding that certain countries were under the USSR because that area was so large, it may have covered that kind of area, but it wasn't. This is where. And this is where this conversation came from. So, obviously, Backpod is here to give us a little bit of a breakdown. Andreas, welcome back, dude. I will be playing PS, not today, probably tomorrow, maybe. I'm not 100%. But thanks for joining us. Please leave a like and have a little listen to Slovenia history.
101.
So let's take it away, Backpod. Where are you going to start, you said?
I said I'm going to start at World War II, where the first ever, how should I say this? Let me just find it. This is a really big book, so how should I? Not when we. I don't know the exact year when we were conquered by Germany, but we were conquered by Germany and Italy because they were working aside. They were allies. So the seaside and their push towards the inner side to our capital was all Italian from the Italians also, I think, controlled the mountain areas because they were the closest, and the Germans controlled everything else. So basically, in those Italians and Germans, people couldn't speak Slovenian. They had to speak either Italian or German. Schools weren't allowed to teach Slovenian language anymore. Again, German or Italian. So it was a harsh time. Everything was changed. Like all our signs that led, oh yeah, this is the city of, let me say, our capital, Ljubljana. And basically they just changed that, but instead of having it in Slovenian, they had it in German and Italian.
Yeah, because it says here, like, there's something really interesting. It says Italian fascists discover some TIGR's cells, and 5 members of TIGR other source of Borba are killed at Bazovica.
Wait, let me just see.
So that was quite interesting because obviously you're talking about the fact that, and it says here the King Alexander renames the kingdom of Serbs, Croatia, Croats, sorry, and
Sorry,
Slovenes
mate, you're
as the kingdom of Yugoslavia.
yeah,
All
you're
political parties are prohibited.
yeah.
Very interesting.
On what year did you read that? You read that on what year?
That's from 1929.
Tw-
That was the 3rd of October that happened.
so
No, yeah, 3rd of October. Yeah.
basically, I want you to scroll all the way down to 1940. I think one or two. When that's when we were occupied.
Okay. So 1941, 6th of April, German, Italian, and Hungarian occupancy.
Yeah, there you go.
Occupying forces occupied Slovenia and divided into 3 parts.
Oh yeah, I forgot about
one
Hungary.
of the darkest times of Slovenia history begins.
There
Take
you
it
go.
away.
So basically, Italians, we had like houses and everything. Whatever Italians didn't own, they burned it down. It was just all destroyed. Everything was destroyed. There was also public executions for people who were against Germans, Italians, and Hungarians. Basically, it was actually like you read. It was a dark time. We couldn't do anything until we made our own units called. Again, I'm gonna say it in our language.
Yeah, go on.
Partisani, basically, that's how we call them, rebels.
Yeah.
So basically, they were fighting against. So this was a story. Now,
just to confirm that, so here it says here on the 26th of April 1941, an anti-fascist organization, the Liberation Front of Slovene Nation, is established in Ljubljana. I don't know how you say that.
Wait,
it is
Ljubljana.
I think I said it. I was close. It is active on all Slovene ethical territory. As well as Carithenia, Primorska region in the Venetian province of Slovene Raba region.
Slovenian.
Hungarian something as well. Anyway, carry on.
Okay.
I just wanted to put that in there because it was actually relevant to what you were saying in terms of the.
Yeah, the rebels were made, and this is a story from my one of my friends. I'm gonna tell 2 stories. The one you heard, one of them you heard yesterday.
Yeah, I think that was really interesting.
The one that my friend's grandpa went to a movie theater with his friends, and all of a sudden, all rebels, because it's all owned by Germans, and all the German guards were led into the closet, and all rebels shot them. They were executed in the closet. And that is
insane.
Yeah, and this is the other story from also one of my friends. Basically, his I think it was grandpa or great grandpa who owned this meat place. Jesus Christ, I forgot what it's called. Basically, they were selling
a butcher. Yes. Butchers, yeah.
And basically, his grandpa was supplying meat for the rebels. So like every time, so basically, every time Germans came, the rebels went away. They went to hide in the woods, and when they left, they came back, took the supplies, took into their camps. They had everything under control. So yeah.
Wow. So let's fast forward a little bit. Let's come to a point in time where there was the 3 states which were made, basically, where Slovenia was born. Because obviously, let's talk about the actual country that existed prior to Slovenia. Because obviously, at one point there was just Bosnia and what was the other country? Lithuania? No,
Great. Wait.
Jesus Christ. What was the other country?
You mean fuck? I have it right here. We have yeah, no, actually no. It was Slovenia. Just it was, how should I say this? It doesn't
Because it
have,
was being fought.
yeah,
The country was being fought by two different countries, wasn't it?
yeah. Jesus
Who was the
Christ.
two countries? I can't remember the name of the countries.
Serbia, Montenegro, Bosnia, and then we had Croatia, Slavonia. We have
Wow.
we have Steierska, we have Kranjska, we have Vojvodina. There's a lot here.
Jesus.
Uh,
So the country, I mean, where Slovenia
the,
is, it was actually the land was like a free area,
yeah,
and it was being trying to be taken over by various different surrounding countries
we are
who just
basically
wanted
nothing.
to take this land because it was a big land. It's quite a big area, which was like a freehold area, and they didn't have their own political government or anything like
Yeah,
that. So
we had nothing.
it was like free reign. It was like a land which had no borders because you could literally go from Bosnia into, which is now Slovenia, without like any duress. You could just walk in, walk out, get whatever you wanted. And believe it or not, Slovenia is actually very, very beautiful. It's got a lot of woodland. It's very green. Beautiful waters. Like the lakes and the rivers are so crystal clear.
Yeah,
Um,
we
and
make our country look pretty because
yeah,
we
no,
we take care
it's
of our country.
picturesque. Yeah, it's picturesque. It's definitely picturesque. I mean, just so that you guys get an idea of what Slovenia actually looks like.
Let me see what picture you're gonna put
I've got,
on.
I've got some nice pictures here of the
Let me
country.
let me go
I
check.
was looking at them yesterday, and I was like, wow, this is quite interesting.
Yeah,
I mean, look at this picture. Look at this lake.
yeah,
I mean,
we
this lake. I mean, look at this. It's like something out of a painting, but it's real. You know, this really exists. I mean,
oh you
this is the famous island. This is in
on
Slovenia.
that island. What way? That's on. I forgot the name of the island, but basically the lake. This is where you can get married on this island.
Wow. So, like, looking at this, you got Slovenia bang in the middle. You got Austria just above. To the right, you have Hungary now. Down to the bottom, you have Croatia. Then to the left, you
Italy.
have
Italy. It's Italy.
Italy. Yeah. So literally, it's surrounded by very big nation countries who wanted to take that piece of land, and as you can tell, I mean, by the way the land looks, by the way that the greenery and it's a mountaineery kind of area, but
Check.
it's so tranquil.
Wait.
And
T4.
it has a lot of resources as well.
T4. I'm gonna put a comment down. Okay.
Yep.
In the chat and type that in the, just copy it and type that into the
The stream.
yeah, no, the search. Wait, I need to change into Slovenian keyboard. There you go. Boom, I send it. It's in, buddy.
Okay, let's
Do you think you can read that?
yeah, it's Potoroz.
It's close. We say it. We say it Porto Roge.
Potoroj. Okay,
Yeah.
Potoroj, okay.
The last letter is it's a Z.
Oh wow!
With the
Look at this place. This place looks fucking amazing. Look at this. A village on the sea.
Yep.
Looks absolutely epic. I think I might have to take a trip.
Just
that looks lovely.
It's a lovely city and it's crowded.
Marina.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Marina. Or this one. It's also by the seaside. It's next to the.
I mean, the thing is, when you hear about these countries, you don't really think much about what they look like, you know, what they have to offer, and
there you go.
I mean, this is a chance for people to see, sort of like different nations and learn a bit more about what these different places have to offer.
Yeah.
Oh wow! Look at this place. This place looks sick as well. Wow.
Or
oh, wow, it's got a port there. What else is there? Oh my, this is a big city. This is.
Here's
Oh wow, look at this in the nighttime.
yeah, it's beautiful.
Copa. This is apartments Copa.
Here,
Medvid.
look,
Medvid.
look. There's. I send you another one. This is the. It's our national park.
Let's have a look. Let's have a little look. Let's have a little looky here. Oh, look at this! My God, this place is sick. Look at that. That's just like something out of fucking Jurassic Park or something. Oh
We
wow, look at that water. That water's like super blue, man.
we keep we keep our surroundings healthy, and I'm gonna show you the city where I live in. Okay,
Wow, look at this. This looks sick, man.
there you go. I send you the city where I live.
Okay, let's have a little look at this. So, if you guys have just joined us on the podcast today, this is the end of today's podcast. We're just doing a little history lesson, trying to bring some diversity into the channel, showing some differences in the in the areas, and this is where Backpard lives. Everybody, this is the is it a village? Would you call it,
No,
or
it's a city. It's a
it's a
city.
city? It's okay. This is the city that he lives in. Looks really nice. I just love the red tiles with the white buildings. You know, it just looks.
It's an old city. It's a very old city.
Yeah, it looks nice, man. I mean, look, this is like a bird's eye view of the area.
And look, if there's one of the pictures where you can see a church and the mountains behind. You can see like our mountains behind.
Yeah. Travel distance 0.5 km. Well, that's amazing. Looks lovely, man. Oh, there was a fire there at one point. Something
Yeah.
burnt down.
You want to see the capital?
Yeah.
There you go.
Let's wait for this to drop. Okay, here's the capital. Okay, this is what I was trying to read a minute ago on Wikipedia, which I pronounced really badly.
Say it again. I want to hear it again.
I can't even try. I can't even attempt it. It's just not worth it.
Just say.
But I can't say. But that's impressive. Is that like is that like a castle or something?
Yeah,
on top of that hill?
that's a castle. That's a castle on top of the hill.
And it's surrounded by woodland. That's insane. I mean, look at this picture here. This gives you an idea. I mean, you've got this woodland area surrounding this castle, which then is surrounded by the city. It's interesting how it's built because, obviously, if you think about the times of the war, this would have been very, very difficult to kind of infiltrate because of the water, and I'm sure the bridges weren't permanent. They were probably bridges that came down and went up and so on. So, having it surrounded by water like that would make it pretty difficult to get around. Anyway, what are we talking about? Let's move on. Let's fast forward a little bit. We've seen some pictures of Slovenia. This gives you guys an idea of the country we're talking about.
I send you one more thing.
Okay.
It's our most famous cave, and I hope you see the human fish.
Oh, okay. Here we go. Look.
The human fish.
Human fish. Let's have a look. All right. See. Wow. Oh, they do like a theater down there as well?
Yeah, they have like in Christmas times you have those what you call them?
Nativity play.
No,
right,
what's it called? Let's make a what's it called?
A Christmas tree?
No, the figurines you place down.
Statues?
I forgot what they're called.
It's like on a train ride. So you get on a train, like a roller coaster ride.
Actually, you get on a train. You get it to a certain point, and then you walk through the cave and back to the train.
Yeah, this is fucking awesome, man. I can't really make out what these statues are, but it's like an interesting. The statue is massive.
You,
It's like
you,
a white.
you,
It's like a white statue, but
do
I
you
can't
want
actually.
do you want to know what these statues are?
Go on.
This is water dropping from down on these rocks, and it hardens. It's basically, how do you call them?
Lime scale.
Line scale, yeah.
Jesus. Now that is going to be a problem to get rid of. Okay, guys. I don't think that lime scale is going anywhere. Anyway, we're moving forward. We're talking about Slovenia today. This is the hot topic of today's. We have Backpard with us, who is from Slovenia,
Aye.
and he's telling us a little bit about his country's history, just so we can build some ideas of different nations, what they have to offer, and how history has shaped them. Really, so we're kind of like talking about how the history of Slovenia came about. So, give us you got another 3 minutes basically to give us a continued breakdown. So where are we moving on from where we got to with World War II and this, and I mean, you told us one story. What's the other story you wanted to tell us?
The butcher shop.
Oh, right. So that was the second story. The second story was about the butcher shop, right? Okay, providing the rebels with
meat.
valuable meat so that they could continue their
Fighting.
hard work in providing safety, I guess. So where do we move on from that? How can we get further towards the current time in Slovenia?
I mean, the last thing that happened to us was in 2004, when we joined the European Union.
Right.
But we had also a lot of athletes, famous athletes, that got gold medals and everything. But I think that's not important. I mean, it's kind of important to our history, but
I mean, the thing is, athletics. Slovenia, I think was it mainly like swimming and gymnastics or something?
Gymnastics is mainly gymnastics more.
Yeah. So that's a very. Would you say that's like a very popular?
Yeah.
It is.
It's just. Let's find something. Let's find our. Jesus.
So while you're looking, what else is it you wanted to tell us about Slovenia so that we get some more idea of the history of Slovenia, how it became to exist?
I know something happened to us at the First World War, just I can't remember. Can you go check on the internet, like the timeline?
Yes, I have got the timeline here. Let me just go back, and I should be able to bring that up. Okay, it's just loading it up. Right, okay, I know in World War One.
It was from 1914 to 1918.
Yes, so that would have been here. So 1914, 20th of June, Austrian Archduke Frank Ferdinand, an heir to the Austrian throne, and his wife, Countess Sophie, are killed in Sarajevo, Bosnia.
Oh yeah, this was this, yeah. Oh yeah, this was the assassination, yeah.
Pro-Serb nationalist assassin.
Yeah, that was
Bosnian Serb student.
Yeah,
a member of the Young Bosnia. World War One begins.
This was one of the reasons.
Take it away.
Why this was
take it away.
Yeah, this is one of the reasons. This assassination is one of the reasons why we joined the First World War.
Right.
But let me just look at the timeline, because there you go. Look, 1915, Oliver, the front in 11 offense, Italian captured just Goriza, and the few. I can't read that because the mouse is in the way. On these
a few frontier. Sorry, frontier.
Yeah. On these battlefields, many Slovenians in Austrian-Hungarian army died. For example, at the Battle of Dobre. Yeah,
So the thing is, so Slovenian people.
we were
What
part of Austrian-Hungarian Empire at
Right.
that time.
So you would say your history, your makeup is Austrian, Hungarian.
Yeah, we were first Austrian. Wait, actually, no, we were first Austrian. Then we went to so basically we joined Yugoslavia then,
Mm,
and then while that failed, when that collapsed, we went on to be our own country.
right. Okay. So how does Slovenians class their heritage? Where do you know like your ancestry heritage? Like where do you kind of like for example, some people who live in Australia, for
Yeah,
example, will class themselves as ex-Brits. You know, they'll class themselves as being their ancestry would have been from England.
we are
You know, like
basically everything. We have some people.
the surrounding countries, would you
Yeah,
say?
we have people heritage from Italy, Austria, Germany, Hungary, Croatia, basically all our neighbors. That's our
So obviously the people who live in Slovenia now, the
uh,
Slovenians
yeah.
itself, is there conflict between this ideology
No,
of these different people, or does people just come together as
no,
this
we're
is
we're
our
as
nation
one.
now?
We are one. We're,
Mm.
we're all one.
So there's no more of this dispute of your
No,
ancestries from Italy, your ancestries from Germany, or whatever it is.
no, we don't care about that.
See, that's a good thing. That shows prospect I mean in terms of things like job opportunities and the state of the country's like well-being.
Yeah,
Is it easy to get a job there, or is life difficult?
it's easy, but some people still can't because there's not a lot of jobs. So people to move to Austria, Germany, Croatia, Italy, Hungary, even the UK, even like Russia to get jobs. There's not a lot of jobs here.
Mm.
Because a lot of people, like 2 million, our population is 2 million. So a lot of people move to Germany to get bare jobs, and they get paid more and stuff.
So what sort of work? So would you say if you got a job in Slovenia,
Yeah,
would it be enough money to have a life in Slovenia? Like, would you be able to have a house? Would you be or a flat or apartment and would you be able to afford to buy food and stuff? Or
sorry,
would you say that,
my
or would you
phone
say that it's
crashed.
easy? It's easier just to leave.
Sorry, can you repeat that? My phone crashed, and I had to,
Oh right, okay. Sorry, let me say that again. So would you say in Slovenia
yeah,
that people who, if you was to live there as a Slovenian,
yeah,
would you say that growing up, would you say if you did get a job in Slovenia and
yeah,
would you be able to, with the money that you'd get, would you be able to have a place to live? Would you be
yeah.
able to buy food and stuff, or would it be difficult?
It'd be okay because usually, my mom gets paid like 800 a month, but she works at a convenient like a store.
Yeah.
And my dad, he works for a big international, company, and he gets a lot of money. So, we make a living out of it.
So would you say that there is it would like from what you've seen personally, I'm talking about here,
Yeah.
would you say there's a division of rich and poor in Slovenia?
I mean, some parts you can see, some people are a little bit poor and some are rich. You can see a
Mm,
little bit of that.
right. I mean, how does the country deal with things like that? I mean, does it have do you guys have like a welfare system
We have
or a benefit system?
we have financial support. We do.
You do. Okay. And in terms of things like housing and where people can live, does the government provide them with a house or
Yeah, if they're
it
if they're financially unstable, the country gives them, like a flat to stay, till they get back on their feet.
right, okay. And I mean in terms of education,
Yeah.
What's schooling like over there? What's the progression of schooling like? Where do you start and where do you finish?
Of course, you start at kindergarten, you go to a primary school, then you can go to college or high school. Then you can from that you can continue on into more and more. So basically,
Mm.
the knowledge, the school progression is really, how should I say? It's very a lot. You can do a lot of things.
Right. Okay. So would you say is Slovenia, is it a developing country or is it a developed country? How would you rate it?
I think I would say it's a developed. I think. I mean, we still are making some stuff, but I think we're done. I think we are developed enough.
Okay.
I mean,
All right.
we're making a new nuclear reactor, like a new
Oh,
one
wow.
one of those. What's it
Yeah.
called? Those
The nuclear
big.
weapon.
No, like not those big chimneys. Those big chimneys where there's everything nuclear in it.
Yeah.
We're making that, and we spent already, like, our teacher told us, around 120 million euros.
Woo! Wow. Okay. So, I mean, the thing is, before Slovenia went into the European Union, what was the currency?
Oh God. It wasn't euros.
Do
It
you?
was um, it's very similar to the English currency. They call it dollars. We call it dollary.
Okay. Okay. So it's dollary. Okay.
Yeah,
And do you think since you went into the European Union, do you think that the country's wealth is better or worse?
it's better.
Okay. Well, that's a good thing because not a lot of people say that, so it's a good thing to hear that it actually was a good thing. Um. Anyway, I want to thank Backpod for coming on the show today and giving us a little history on Slovenia. I hope you guys enjoyed hearing from Backpod. Backpod, anything else you want to add before we sign off?
No, that's all. Actually, yeah.
So,
You know what? There is one thing.
yeah,
See,
go on.
see you in the next podcast, boys.
See you guys in the net podcast. Right. So it looks like Backpod will be a regular visitor to the podcast as a guest. And also on the live streams as well. He joins us on Super Sunday for the GTA5 PS3 live stream. If you guys
Yeah.
want to be involved, all you got to do is subscribe to the channel, leave a like on the video if you're over at youtube.com. And if you're watching us over at twitch.tv, don't forget to hit that follow button. And then you just have to send a friend request through and we'll accept it and you can join the live streams. Please be sure to subscribe because if you haven't, you won't be added. And the same thing if you're on Twitch. If you haven't followed, you won't get added either. Big shout out to everybody for joining us over at youtube.com. Big shout out to the guys over at twitch.tv. As always, big shout out to Dennis Gcz for claiming his crown back over at YouTube and over at Twitch. We had the infamous electric skateboard as always claiming his crown over there. For those of you who just joined, for those of you who just subscribed, thank you very much. Welcome to the channel. And we'll be back hopefully with more live streams for you guys. As always, the schedule is Friday, Saturday, Sunday, but you never know, your boy T4 might jump on in between that time if I get some time free to do so. Big shout out to the sponsors. Without them, this is not possible. It goes out to Cinch Gaming, City Keys, and not forgetting those infamous people over at Razor.com. And not forgetting the T4 Army merch. If you guys haven't checked out the merchandise for the channel, please be sure to go check that out. Links in the description. And if you're on YouTube, it's a little click just at the top of the screen there, and that will take you straight to the store. G2A.com, keeping it lit, keeping it live over at Twitch.tv for your boy T4 and you guys. And not forgetting G4G and Streamlabs, keeping those donations clean, crisp to the channel. And thank you very much to Crazy Holes 95 for that £5 donation from yesterday. But that's it. That's today's podcast finished. We'll be back hopefully Friday with another podcast for you guys. I'm going to try and hit the time early, so hopefully we'll do another early podcast. I think it's better and it works out more easier for a lot of people, especially for me. So we might hit it a bit. We might hit it a little bit earlier on Friday again. But as always, until then, guys, as always, stay safe, stay awesome, and peace.